everybody. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. New Year's edition, I guess, right? Because New Year's Eve is a couple days away, in between Christmas and New Year's. So this is a 99% Clairvoyant reading. If you're watching me live, please announce yourself into the program. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel and please like my videos and please leave a little comment. When you do, YouTube will use the algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet into people's YouTube feeds who need to hear the message. And hit the little bell right there too, that you will get an alert every time I post a new video. So please do that for me. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Amanda. How's everything going? Happy New Year. I'll see who pops on. Hi, Nancy. I'm feeling worse than last year, Nancy. Worse than last week. Yeah, so I've gone through a whole process. I shouldn't say worse, but I'm coming out of being sick for a week. Hi, Allison Strange. Hi, Janice. Yes. So, Nancy, I talked to your sister today. Yes. Very informative, I would say. Yes. So I'll have to tell you about it. Something came up I need to tell you about. So I'll text you or something. So it's okay. I just have this coffee thing, drainage, I'm going to have a little televisit with a doctor tomorrow. So that'll be cool. Tomorrow night, I think. Yeah. So it's going to be okay. I'm taking some antibiotics and, hey, Jennifer, and some steroids and lots of water and trying to get it to leave my body. So we'll see. Hi, Jamie. How's it going? Hi, Kathy. So if I hack a little bit, that's what it is. Drainage. Hi, Alexis. How are you? Yeah. So, thank you, Kathy. Yeah. So we'll get started in a minute. We're going to talk about future stuff, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Got some information today. Again, I went to quantum healing this morning from 10 to noon. And it was magnificent as always with my wonderful friend, Brenda Tringali in St. Clair Shores. Amazing, just amazing. She's a Capricorn, born 40s after me, so it kind of works. We have this relationship that's kind of connected. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Hi, Shannon. How are you feeling, my dear? I'd love to talk to you about the party. So whenever you have a chance, either text me that you're available and I'll call you, or you can call me. Hi, Lucia. Happy New Year. Welcome. Yeah. So I think we're going to start. Spirit is ready to go. Hey, Kathy. Happy New Year. Okay. So it's going to be kind of light and fluffy today. I don't think it's going to be too serious, but we'll see where Spirit takes us, right? Yeah, right, Janice. Hey, Pat. Yeah, so he got a little deep, but it's not really deep, so I'm just going to go for it, okay? So first thing is, hey, Sandra, is understanding where we're going, okay? This much. It's going to be an amazingly happy year, 2023, okay? But more energy is going to be infused into us as humans. And this is something that I got today. We once lived in a very spiritual society, okay? In a very, very amazing place on the earth. And humanity chose to drop into third dimension, okay? And that would be how we went from having this civilization on certain places on the planet, Egypt, Mexico with the Mayans and things like that, more advanced with the help of the aliens that that us all been documented in paintings, in all kinds of different things, in the Egyptian tombs and things like that. So we chose ourselves to be a third dimensional being. And Spirit always shows me it's the beginning of religion, okay? It's the beginning of the prophet Jesus and the prophet of Mo and Muhammad and the rest of them, right? That all came to the planet at different times for their civilizations to ascend, but also to falter, because it's the way the planet was designed for us to drop into this energy, become these humans that didn't know. There was the ones that were extremely educated, extremely connected to the universe. You know, they had all their gods, they had all this, they had all that, they had all these prophecies, they had all this amazing information to lead the ignorant away from the knowledgeable people. At the beginning, it was pure, okay? But because it went from being a semi-balanced spiritual society, plummeted into third dimensional society, which was masculine driven for most of it, all right? Spirit has talked about in prior Coaching for the Souls about how we shifted from masculine energy of the last 2,000 years into feminine energy for the next 2,000 years. And it happened, I believe, in 2018, 16, 17, 18. No, 2012, sorry, 2012. So we've got plenty of time to change the energy on the planet, which is changing now. But for the majority of the 12,000 years, okay, we were in masculine-driven, dominated energy, where women lost their place, where children lost their place, where spirituality was totally disintegrated a little at a time. Hey, Pratik, okay? Not all at once. The rise of religion, Spirit says, okay? The rise of belief in yourself. Hey, Teresa Parker. The rise of, hey, Ivy, how are you? Happy New Year. The rise of the individual human, Spirit says, okay? We've been through that. We're moving into, hi, Erica. We're moving into that higher dimensional, highly understandable, engulfing energy that is going to remind some of us, hello, Heidi, how are you, honey, of where we came from. And that's the key, okay? That's the key. Is that when, hey, Mary, when you start to receive some of that energy, which is going to happen right after New Year's Day, okay? It's already here. It's manifesting now, Spirit says, okay? So when those things start to happen, recollections, lucid dreams, amazing things before you wake up in the morning. It could be a night-long dream, okay, of fantasy, Spirit says, of avatar, okay? Document, all right? And the reason you want to document it is because you'll forget it because you're still living in the third dimension. We all are, okay? We're in this place of not knowing, right? We're all at different places in our ascension. We're all in different spots on who we believe we're supposed to be this lifetime, when we all don't really know, okay? But those remembrances from a fifth dimensional world, okay, from 12,000 years ago. Spirit gave me all this today. Oh, cool. Because we're returning there, he says. Mankind is returning to what they left. And I truly get that. Do we know what that is? No. Do we have a picture in our mind what it is? Some do, some don't. But when you have those recollections, hey, Vicky, you want to make sure that you document them, okay? Because they're going to come over and over and over again. Hi, Sherry. As that starts to happen, that helps with your ascension. Because all of a sudden, and this blows my freaking mind, all of a sudden, those remembrances trigger you into higher dimensional energy. Okay? Spirit says you take your place and you go, how the hell did that happen? From that dream? Because that DNA, hey, Caitlin, that DNA, that remembrance is already inside of you. And Spirit talks all the time about activation. We never know how we're going to get activated. Is it going to be a Steve Noble guided meditation? Is it going to be just a dream? Is it going to be a channel where you're talking with somebody like myself and all of a sudden, boom, 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 something happens, something clicks? Possibly. But this is something new for me to hear, to try to understand, is that when that happens, people will change. People will shift, okay? And what you want to do is reach out, all right? During my quantum healing session today, I got a lot of stuff between myself and Brenda. And because we work so well with each other. And it's about reaching out. It's about not trying to understand it. Hey, Lisa, you're not going to. If you do, God bless you, right? Wonderful, right? But as it starts to materialize, as it starts to manifest, Spirit says, as it starts to build on itself. Hi, Kelly. Okay, as it starts to build on itself, he shows me building blocks where they're just appearing, boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden you're going, wait a minute. What is that? No, I don't know what that is. That's when you reach out to somebody like myself, to a friend that is going to understand what you have to say. You have to talk it out, all right? Because if you don't talk it out, hi, Haley, if you don't talk it out, I know, your ego will dismantle it because it doesn't know what it is. And you'll be furiously going, oh, no, I need to keep that. Well, you've had a week and a half, 2 weeks. How come you haven't reached out? Because we all know that as we go through our days in third dimension, the energy of the planet, the energy of human, the energy of our ego is to pull that away from us. He says that we do not know. Well, human knows it, but we're not focusing on it. We go, okay, I got time. No, you don't. Document it on your phone, journal. It doesn't matter. But you need, as soon as possible, to contact someone and say, you're not going to believe this freaking dream. And the other person's going to go, oh my God, you know what? I haven't had that yet. And boom, they have it. All right? Because as we move higher, and it's going to happen, guys, I know, within 24 hours. You go from here, have your nightly dream, wake up in the morning, and you go, WTF. Why does everything look differently? Why is the energy different in my house? Why am I reacting different? Why am I seeing things kind of glazed over? Or why am I seeing things much more precise, much more knowing, much more comfortable, much more straightforward because of that dream? Okay? So, when you have the dream, make sure that you participate in it, Spirit says. Hi, Jerry. Participate in the dream, okay? Because the dream is a remembrance from fifth dimension from 12,000 years ago or before, okay? And this is what is interesting to me, is I got it. Oh, I got it. Hey, Jennifer, I love them. I absolutely love them. I just said, well, what about Soul Journey? We've been here for 12,000 years and the whole zodiac thing and the whole blah, blah, blah. He goes, yes, most of us were here before that, okay? But chose to ascend, meaning to die, right? To wait for third dimension to return. Oh my God, this is so freaking cool. Swear to God, this is so cool. The same way the people who will not ascend with us into fifth dimension, back into fifth dimensional energy, will choose their soul journey to pass away and to return where they came from. We've already done that. Hey, Barbara, we've already done that 12,000 years ago. That is freaking crazy cool. Hi, Kimberly. I'm like all like this inside. This is so freaking cool. Quantum healing was wonderful today. He says, just as your collective, all of us, chose to perish, not wanting to go into that transformation, okay? But chose to come back as human again, without knowing what you knew from before because it was packed away. Not allowed to access it until now. That's pretty cool. Now we're doing the same thing again, all of us, right? We're leaving third dimensional energy. We're transforming, we're ascending into a place we've already been that will be familiar to us. That's why everybody's doing it. And the one that choose not to, as Spirit has talked about before, right? He says, no, they'll just perish. As we did 12,000 years ago. Boom. How cool is that? Yes. It will all feel familiar. Remember how we always, again, we've talked about this before. What does it look like? And what are we going to do? And how different is it? What does it really mean? Well, again, going from the fifth dimensional energy, I'll call it that, before our third dimensional falling in. It'll be just like coming home, Spirit says. It'll be just like waking up one day, and that's what the dreams are about. That's what the recollection dreams are about. That's what the remembrance dreams are all about. Is, oh, this is familiar to me. And we fit into the dream, he says. You fit into the dream. You understand the dream. You work within the dream. There may not be just one. There may be multiple dreams. Okay? And that would make total sense, right? As we go through 2023, which is going to be a massively transformational year. Okay? Hey, Marcia. I mean, we've talked about that before. With everything stacking up the way it's stacking up, it's going to be a really transformational year, as 2022 was and 2021 was, right? But this is going to be different, Spirit says. He says this is going to be different because as you decide, because some people will not, right? Their ego is so strong, their negativity is so strong, their non-belief is so strong, or their fear is so strong, Spirit says, that they will not want to, they're afraid of investing in the dream. They're afraid of talking about the dream. Hey, Otis, they're resistant, Spirit says, until they won't be. Because they'll see others around them ascending and having conversations about things that they know about, but they're not being included in. That's why Spirit was saying hey, Carl, that's why Spirit was saying that when you do have the recollection dreams from the fifth dimension, let's say pre-fifth dimension or post-fifth dimension, right? Call it that. He hasn't given me a name for it yet, right? And as we go back into 5T, we'll call that, okay? We have recollections of, oh my God, I get that. Oh my God, I get that. He said it's not gonna be as hard as we've portrayed it to be, meaning human. Because we've already gone out of that time period where masculinity completely destroyed the humanity, right? But we chose that, right? We chose to come back to get involved in that because we probably thought it was gonna be fun. Again, we didn't know that, right? So at different times within the 12,000 years, your soul came back. Oh, why not? We'll do this. Let's see how it goes. Blah, 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 blah. Understanding that 100 years ago, men still ruled everything. Masculine energy still ruled everything. Okay? It wasn't until 1919 when we got the right to vote. So let's say 98 years, 97 years, 96 years. Okay? African Americans, 1964. And they still sometimes can't vote, right? Why? White men. Okay? So think about that. Think about, there's very few white men in power 12,000 years ago in those times. Okay? There was, again, think about that. You got everything in the Middle East, Egypt, Iraq, Turkey, the whole kind of thing. You've got Mexico with the Mayans and the Incas, and then before that you have you have Lemuria on the west coast, and you have Atlantis on the east coast. Okay, think about that. So as we go through, I know he says, third dimension was the rise of white masculine energy. Okay, and that's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. As we have these recollection dreams from past lives where we were not white. We were just human. Now, does that mean there wasn't strife? Of course there was. Does that mean that, but they knew more, they had more help, they were connected to the divine. They actually were being led by spirits and guides that came in spaceships, right? To the planet to help them build what they've built. Pyramids, all kinds of different things. Water infrastructure, all these sewage. I mean, all these things that were completely gone as we started our 12th dimension demise, Spirit says. Fascinating, right? So as we have these dreams, as we understand more and more by experiences, as that energy hits us and sparks something in us. Hey, Shelley. And we go, and Spirit has said this, right? You're going to wake up one day and go, how do I know that? And how do I know that? And how do I know that? Because that blows my mind, like what's happening to me today. Okay? We're all going to go through that as they give us more and more information about who we are returning to be, Spirit says. Fascinating. Fascinating. So all of us who think we're done, people who think we're good, people who are ready for more, when it hits you, when they bring it to you, because they will, okay? 2025 is not that far away, everybody. It's only 2 years. And the last 2 years went really fast. Think about that, okay? Time is zooming like that. So we have to be conscious. And I want to hear about it all. Trust me. I want phone calls. I want texts. I want emails. I want it all. Because it's fascinating. It's fascinating how we're going to go from being these third dimensional human beings. We think we've ascended, Spirit says. You haven't seen anything yet in who we are all becoming. Oh, my heart is full and floaty. I'm ready to, I mean, it's just amazing how things will change on the planet, how the energy is already shifted on the planet, how we've talked about everything being turned upside down, and how people are going to be taken care of. The United States is going to lead this revolution. It's going to lead the spiritual revolution, right? And isn't it interesting that we weren't even part of it in our part of North America, the United States, the first time? Haley has tingles on the back of her neck. She got the chills. See? Very cool, right? That as we have the dreams, as we have the recollections, as we document them, I know. Spirit just went, because when you, don't be surprised when you're documenting, you do some automatic writing, which is when you're with your pen and you're writing, or you're on your iPad, you're clicking away, click, click, or whatever you're working on, right? Then all of a sudden, you're just click, 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 or you're writing, and stuff's coming out that you're writing that you have no idea where it comes from. Hey, Candy. Because writing actually puts you in balance into manifestation, divine connection. Okay, as does when I talk on talking to my phone, it just channels. See, but you'll be surprised what you write. Very surprised, Spirit says. And then the visions start. Okay, so news to me. As you start to have your recollection dreams, as you start to be reactivated, he says, as you start to understand more, because it feels normal. Interesting. That's when the flashes will start. Okay, meaning pictures, sentences, mumbling in your left ear or right ear, but most people, I believe, it's their left. Again, he says communication will be rampant. Communication will be rampant. Why? Because you've already hit that post, he says, of, hang on, I don't know what that is. Energetic balance. You had to break down this word. He didn't know what the hell it was. Being in a place of receiving, he says. Being a place of being able to receive and understand. He says most of you have already had perfections done to your human brain, but you don't know it yet. Bonus. A lot of that happens, he says, while human sleeps. Updates happen while human sleeps. And it may seem like you're getting your dream from a box, like a TV. That's so it doesn't scare you. You will not be in the dream usually, he says, because you're a different person. What you will see will resonate with you, he says. And your heart will get big. Some may cry because of the love they had for that time in their existence on the planet. I don't think today was going to go this way. That's when love abounds. That's when it truly, truly makes sense. That as we have the dreams from our past fifth dimensional lifetimes. It's pretty cool. Oh, yes, as we move into that energy that we are to live in again, to understand again, to help bring the 12,000 years of chaos to an end. Many will be sad. Some people aren't moving forward. But like you, in the past, they missed you too. They missed you too. That's all part of the splitting apart. Does that make sense? Right? We've talked about that before, that as you ascend, as your energy gets in a higher vibrational energy, as you start to move and groove up here, right? People, you don't have that much in common with people you've had friends with, family, all kinds of things. And it's not to separate you at all. It is yes, he says it's not meant to separate, it's meant to showcase you. Okay? That this is who others will be. Again, activation. Ooh, my right ear is ringing back big time. You're all connected more deeply than you truly can believe today. After today, hopefully this will resonate. Hopefully this will give you pause to go, huh. But human has a very distinct quality of crushing what they've heard, trying to figure it out, waiting for it, waiting for the big splash, he says, waiting for the big ascension, they live in anticipation. And when it does not happen as quickly as they want it, as they assume it will happen, they revert back to third dimension, which is very true. Not all the way back, he says, but further back than they needed to take because they weren't conscious about, we don't have any control of that. Okay? Again, I'll just say, I didn't expect this to happen today because I didn't expect it to happen today, right? So we can never expect. Because this stuff is freaking cool as hell. It is cool as hell. Information for all of us that I didn't know yesterday. Hell, I didn't even know this morning. So when you get the information about having the dreams, when you get the information about being activated, right? We're giving you that information, I know, to test you. How much will you invest in what we're speaking about today? Or will you just go, oh my gosh, I know it's kind of a secret, kind of a cool thing. I know it's coming, but I don't know when. But I'll be happy when the present arrives. He says there's no destination date. There's no date. Everybody's different, right? I know. He says that's why you have to communicate to bring the energy level up so more are activated. So more are available. Because we all know, as Nancy says, hence living in the moment, living in this time right here and going, you know what? It is what it is. And I'm not going to get my ego involved in that. It's not going to be the forefront of my mind. Am I waiting in anticipation? Yeah, because I think it's kind of cool. Hey, Adrian, but that's how it's supposed to happen, right? It's not an obsession. It's not an obsession. It's not of, how come I'm not there yet? How come I'm not there yet? How come that happening when around me? People are having it happen and it's not happening to me. Well, probably because you think like that. You're carrying that energy around like that. Can't have that energy. Gotta let it go. You've got to be as balanced as possible and understand it'll work itself out. For me, I have learned that, drink of water, that anticipation is good, but I'm not investing in it. I'm not investing in it. And then my friend Kathy says, so there's going to be a big die-off. There you go. Really? She's a Capricorn. We can be kind of brutal sometimes and kind of like, okay, so all these people are going to die. Yeah, that's this part of it. The rest of it's awesome, but that's my lovely friend Kathy. Yes, so I've thought that too. Yes, there's going to be a big die-off, as there was 12,000 years ago or before. Yeah. Okay. How's it going to happen? We didn't know this was going to happen today, right? Is there going to be some people that we know? Probably so. Is there going to be people that you're not going to know? Probably so. Will some people get off with no one passing? Maybe passing beforehand. Maybe passing, again, people pass every day. Okay? Souls aren't going forward, let's say. I have people in my family that are in the process, and they're not that old. And I understand why. You know, I understand why. Now that they're passing at a young age. Yeah, hey, Angel. So again, that's what that's all about. Is investing in that, but only to the point of knowing with anticipation that it's going to happen, and that when you do have the dreams, and I know Spirit says, and people are going to ask, so Spirit, tonight, can I please have my recollection dream? He goes, that is so third dimensional, and it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. Hey, Janice. True, right? I've done it. Trust me. I say to Spirit many nights, Spirit, let's go traveling tonight. Let's just go and just see what's going on in the universe. Never happens. Probably if I didn't say that, once in a week, maybe twice in a month, maybe I would probably do that. That's what it's all about. Okay? So knowing. And when you have those knowings, right? When you have those circumstances come up that are like, oh my God, how do I know that? And how do I know that? And how do I know that? So Kathy says, not surprising, too many third dimensionals for this earth to support. Exactly. Especially everything starts to move as a collective, right? As it did back in the day, back in the pre-3D, right? When the other civilizations all work together with these beings. Hey, Blake, aren't you supposed to be driving? Or did you stop? Blake's on his way to California. He's moving to California. He works for Disney now. So he works for the mouse, and pretty cool. So as we get all these things, right? Yeah, it's making sure that we don't invest too heavily in them, that when we get them, that we document them. Hey, Maddie, that we document them. We tell our friends who get it, right? You send me a text, you send me an email, you send me, whatever. That's what it's all about. Because as we do that, we build the collection. Oh, okay, he's almost to Nashville. He's listening to it on his trip. Awesome. I never thought about that. Gosh. So, yeah, you missed some cool stuff. So maybe you were on the whole time. If you were, awesome. But yeah, making sure that that as a collective, as we build the energy, as we work with each other, simultaneously, Spirit says, we feel the energy of the collective, he says, without knowing that we're moving forward, that we're ascending, because it becomes normal. It becomes normal. It becomes comfortable because we've been there before. That's awesome as hell. As I've often wondered, what's it going to be like? I mean, how comfortable are we going to be? Is it going? I mean, it's not going to be a thing like that. We ascend slowly in some cases, but it sounds to me, from what Spirit is saying today, that as we have these dreams, as you all do, as we remember the avatars, as we remember maybe the aliens, I don't call them aliens, I say gods, right? The gods that came down to help them, and they believed that they were there, and they believed that they were there to help, and they were not. And again, there was no ego involved with Spirit, with the gods who came down. The human beings knew that the gods were there to help them, and look what they built. Look what they built. Because I've often wondered why those civilizations died off, and I've talked about that in Coaching for the Soul, right? I don't understand that. I never really got it until today. Yes. So Kathy says, clarity enhanced with quiet mind clutter to receive maybe. Yeah. It is about clearing out your energy, clearing out your, not silencing your ego, but containing it, because it doesn't understand what it is, and it's going to try to sabotage you, okay? By telling you it's not true, that dream is crazy, whatever it might actually say, okay? It's got a plethora of statements that it will make because it knows how to play you. So it is understanding that, and this makes sense to me, that as we all get more and more recollection dreams, and we realize and we recognize in our souls, in our hearts, in our human body, Spirit says, the knowing that, oh my gosh, I recognize that. I was there. Of course you were. Because if you weren't there, you ain't watching Coaching for the Soul. Trust me. Third dimensional people do not watch this program at all. Okay? Because they won't understand it. They will not understand what I just talked about. They'll think it's weird or whatever, right? Some might be activated, bonus, I think. But if you look back at my videos from 17, 18, and 19, and how different they are now after COVID, night and day. Night and day. Now we're up here. Only to go higher, Spirit says. Okay? He says, for some people, 12th dimension will not be out of reach. What does that mean? What does it look like? What's it about? Again, I'll be 63 next week, so I'm not expecting 12 to you, okay? I'll be happy wherever I end up for the next 30 years. All of you that are younger, God bless you, because you're going to experience is why you picked to be here now. Everything that comes forward and the amazing things that are going to happen. And the recollections of, oh my God, I recognize that. I recognize that feeling. I recognize that situation because it's going to be like deja vu. Bingo. It's going to be like deja vu. And I've told you about some of the quantum energy dreams that I've had as a child, as I've also had as an adult, where the fire truck falls out of the sky. You know, I'm at my house in Jackson. I'm probably 12. There's another kid with me. I have no idea who he is. We're sitting at the end of my driveway, and we're looking to the northwest, and there's a fire engine falls out of the sky. The clouds part, the sky parts, right? The blue sky parts with the clouds, and this fire truck falls out of the sky and crashes. Don't know where the crash is at, but we see it falling out. And he goes, "What is that?" I said, "Oh, that's just the quantum energy around the planet. See the energy, and the sky is still parted. And you see particles of energy going around, just boom, 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 pulses." I had that dream when I was probably 6, 7, and then like 8, and then 12, and then 15, and then 20, and then it was lull, and then it started happening about 2 years ago. So I saw it again. See? So those recollections, like Avengers, exactly. Yeah. So those types of things that they bring back to us, we'll recognize and go, "Oh, that's what that is." Did I know what the hell and that energy was when I was 8, whatever, in the dream? No idea what quantum energy was. But it was in the dream, like I was supposed to know. Yeah. So as these dreams continue, as we start to build on them, Spirit says, as you start to be activated and your need to want more, you have to pull back and go, when the next one comes, I'll be ready. Because they can only give you so much at a time, he says. We can only give you a bump. And I've talked about the bump before, guys, right? I've talked about the bump before, that we're going to get, again, 2022 went zoomingly fast with quantum leap energy. I mean, it just flew by. 2023 is you got all these big bumps, and up and up and up. Okay? So I'm kind of excited about 23, because where are we going to end up next year? We'll see. And how many downtrodden, Spirit says, will you allow yourself to have? It's about being conscious. Okay? And I'll tell you what that means for me. I'm an astrology nut, okay? And I understand it. I get it. But sometimes we can invest too much in it that keeps our vibration low, okay? Because we accept why that's happening to us, okay? Because Mercury retrograde starts today and goes till January 18th in the sign of Capricorn, okay? And there's another one next year. But a month ago, Brenda and I were talking about this, and somebody else was too. And over the course of a month, because I see her once a month, Spirit and I had this epiphany, not to invest in that. Okay? Because Bill, that keeps you down here. It gives you the reasons why you're allowing things to happen to you. Well, duh. Makes sense to me. So we're going to try this time. Am I going to be 100% successful? I don't know. I hope I'm going to be, let's say, 85%, 90%. I'll do the best that I can. Because it takes time to overcome things that you've believed all of your life. Okay? So, I'll say that. All right. Let me see if there's anything else about what we talked about. Okay. Same kind of thing. As human gets activated, he's talking as fifth dimensional human gets activated, reactivated, he says, their life will change. Hi, Karen. Everything about their life will change. What they eat will change, what they drink will change, what they'll accept will change, their weight will change, their thirst will change, their hunger will change, their environment will change, the energy will shift, their children will shift, their spouses will shift, their workplace will shift, all in a collective manner. He says, you will yearn for the days when you went to McDonald's. You will yearn for the days when you drank alcohol. You will yearn for the days when you smoked weed or did Molly, whatever, okay? Drug epiphanies are coming. Cures are coming organically. Again, all part of us being recommissioned in fifth dimension. And us remembering and understanding and bringing things to the forefront which we've never known before. We've never known before. As these things start to materialize, as these breakthroughs start to happen, Spirit says, as this knowledge gets acknowledged, right? People are going to be fascinated, third dimensional people, with how quickly things are moving in a positive way. 3Ders will not believe it. They will not believe the science. They will not believe the cure. They will not believe any of that. Why? Because they're not moving forward. There's right there. That totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Right? It totally makes sense. Because if you're not going to take, something happens to you where you're sick, cancer, Parkinson's, ALS, whatever, and you're not going to take the latest drug therapy or the latest program because you've heard, you think there's something, then planting chips or whatever the conspiracy third dimensional people will say, to stop those people because they're not supposed to move forward. Total sense. Total sense right there. The people that do that are meant to move forward, that are actually taking the drugs, or they're actually taking they're actually in the program to heal, to be part of the cure, to heal, to be part of the cure. As those 3Ders die off, this will be normal. Because there's only in third dimension, there's only disease. Okay? That was part of our strife. Starvation, part of our strife. Domination, part of our strife. Okay? Everything that is negative you can possibly imagine is part of our strife. Okay? Hey, Cheryl. Yeah. Okay? And if you think about that, the Christian wars and everything that goes along with that, and the brutality and the murder and just the horrible things that happen to all of our souls, even if you're 30,000 years old or 2,000 years old. Think about that. It's right after you came right after Jesus. Okay, whoa, life was tough. So as we go through this, as your life starts to change, right? As you start to drink a soda or you start to eat something and you go, that doesn't taste right anymore. What's wrong with me? Hello? You started your ascension into the fifth dimension. I know, because Spirit says fourth dimension is good. It's there. Fifth dimension is where most of us will be in 2 years. Some will take longer. But by accepting the recollection dreams, by accepting the program, which you've already done. Hi, Liz. As you go through this process of, he wants to say something. Hang on. He just stopped. As we go through this process of 3D affirmation, kind of cool. Reacquiring your fifth dimensional energy. Oh, that makes me get chills. As human reacquires their fifth dimensional energy from the past, they will feel revitalized. They will feel brand new. They will feel unlike anything they've ever felt in their lives. And some will wonder how, why. That's your job. okay, is to school them, sister, brother, child, grandchild, mom, dad, best friend, whatever, because it's going to happen. And Spirit has talked about that too, right? That we have to be the ones who tell our story. So when somebody comes up to you, that's your friend or whatever, you're not going to believe this dream I had. I had this dream that was with an avatar and blah, 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 blah. Be like, oh yeah, you know what? I've had the same dream. And then you guys have this conversation. Then all of a sudden, it gets into the collective. And all of a sudden, guess what? Your energy's this big. And it's out there, and it's flowing. And you get swept up in that. And you go, holy sheesh, really? That's what it takes. That's what it takes. That's why it's so important that you allow it to happen. That when it does happen, that you use it to your advantage. Okay? Remember it. Talking to your phone. Journal it. Okay? However it works for you, because that's part of your journey into telling your story. Because as that happens and things start getting activated, click, 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 click. And you go, okay, these dreams are getting out of control, Bill. What the hell is that about? I was at the top of freaking the mountain yesterday. And what's that about? And I just had my normal clothes on. Okay. So what was I doing on the mountain? Well, probably because you've risen to the top. There's all kinds of things. Or I'll flip it back. Well, what do you think it means? See? That right there opens your scope. Oh, I know. Sheesh. My crown chakra just lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. He says it's true transformation. It is true transformation when you get to that point without knowing. When you had a dream or two or three or four, some recollections, right? Some really cool stuff that freaking, hi Amy, that absolutely lights your fire, right? That you go, this is so frigging badass. Yeah. And you go, oh my God, I'm so excited. Or oh shit, that scares the hell out of me. Well, why? Ego. I like being where I'm at. Okay, you're really happy? No, I hate it here. There you go. That's when you got to unload your stuff, right? Got to unload your stuff. Because you can't take it with you. That's the thing. See? Is that if they need you to remember your fifth dimensional energy, your fifth dimensional lifetimes, experiences, there's no room for your third dimensional baggage. And that's when you go, oh, I got to get rid of that. And it's easy to get rid of it, Spirit says. Much easier than it is now, because you are still living in a third dimensional world, which makes all the sense. All the sense. So when you're being shifted and you had the dream about being on top of the mountain and you just had your street clothes on, but it wasn't cold, and what the hell is that about? Well, more than likely because that's where your energy level's at. Or you start to see the ascended masters, right? They come to visit. Or the archangels start to come to visit, right? Or your guardian angels come to visit. You're not dying. Hey, Felicia, you're not dying. Because guardian angels usually come before you die. You're not dying. Unless you're 3D. Well, again, if you're a 3D, you're not watching Coach for the Soul. I'll tell you that much. Unless you're looking to be activated. See? So as all this great stuff starts to just plow us through 2023, think about that. We have lots to talk about in the future, for sure. You know, do more Q&As, right? Hey, Dottie, how's it going? You know, do more things that chimes, there you go, that spread that energy across the collective. Because last week was fun. It was very fun. I've never done that before, right? For an hour. Just go ahead, ask questions. Yeah. Shannon said the right side of my head is lighting up. I'm right ears buzzing. Exactly. That's activation. Okay? That's activation getting you ready for the remembrance stream, Spirit says. Activating that part of your brain that is in receptive mode. And he just showed me this. Interesting. You being able, once you have the dream, to be able to see it again. Because it's there, whichever side. Mine is my left side. That's my activation side to because I'm already there, right? This is my higher place. So Dottie says the top of my head tingles when spirits are exactly. Okay, and make sure that you acclaim that. So Spirit, I love the fact that my top of my head tingles. That's activating your crown chakra. If it's on one side or the other, it's activating your brain. But if it's right in the middle and it tingles, that's your crown chakra. That's your spirit guides, right? Going, okay, activation, and then proclaiming it. Spirit, I'm loving the fact that my freaking crown chakra is lit up. That's fantastic. That's something that we always have to do is proclaim. Okay? Because that's exactly what they want. It's exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. So Felicia says, I feel Spirit is very present lately. Is the veil thin during the transition into the new year? Felicia, you'll have to watch the video because there's all kinds of cool stuff that Spirit gave me today, just today, about that. Okay? So once I post it on YouTube, go over and look at it because it's pretty freaking cool. Today's pretty freaking cool. I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. Barbara says the light in my bedroom gets brighter when I'm talking. Exactly. Because that's the energy that's there. Hey, Suze. Yeah, for sure. So, I think he's good. How's everybody else? Cool New Year's gift, right? Didn't expect that. Yeah. So, my price on readings goes up in January. If you want to keep the price that I have now, buy gift certificates. Okay? You can use them all through 2023. So it's a great way to save yourself money. Also, if you are in your journey and you are wanting guidance, monthly connection, okay? Check out the element packages on BillHobart.com, all right? Those prices are going up too. Get them now. Because I'm telling you what, hi Haley, if you want to talk every month on a scheduled basis and have somebody to ask questions to, element packages. Okay, element packages. Because that will get you through with having somebody to talk to. Me. Okay? And it's worth it. Because right now, they're half the price of regular readings. I mean, the Earth package is only $600 for 13 months. And readings are $125 a reading. So that's like 13 months worth of readings for the price of 5 months if you did one every single month. Okay? I'm telling you, they're not going to go up that much, but they're going to go up some. But everything's going up just because of my cost of living and trying to do things. But it's a good thing. It's a good, solid thing if you want to have guidance every single month. Okay? And there's all kinds of prices. $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. I don't even remember what they are. But they're all at BillHobart.com under Element Sessions. Okay? Doing readings on Saturday this week. If anybody wants a reading on New Year's Eve, I've got some appointments still available. Tomorrow I'm booked. Yeah. So Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for another fantastic year. All right. Oh, I'm booking psychic parties for January 2. So if you're bored, you want to have a party, guess what? You book it, I'll show up. How's that? Up to 10 people. It's a pretty good deal. They're pretty fun. Shannon just had one last week. Yep. And Pat and Jamie had one the week before. Yeah. They're pretty fun. Just a gathering of people. Kind of have a little party. Yeah. Tell people stuff. So, yeah. So, namaste, everybody. Happy New Year. I love you all. Continue to follow, right? Please run over to YouTube when I post the video and if that subscribe, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please leave me a little note about today, right? I'll leave this up on YouTube or on Facebook probably till tonight because I'm going to have to answer some questions and things that I see. But we got through another year, and it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. And I think it was pretty freaking good if you look at things overall. And 2023 is going to be even better. And once we start to have those, trust me, if I have a dream, I'm doing a live, if not that time at night or in the morning for sure. So let's take the collective into a higher state of consciousness, guys. And we'll all do it together. I'll all do it together. Pretty exciting, I think. I'm ready. So I'll see you guys next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul. Thursdays at 3. See you.